This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
What's your name, ma'am?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. What do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand.
Listen up, slap nuts.
Sit down, dummy, I'm talking.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Oh, Randy!
He's fat!
You f***ing numpty!
Will you laugh at that face? Shut your mouth.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WrestleCast. Here on RVT, here presented by RVT Entertainment on the BreakItInVid.com, Podomac.com, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling both from the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty J. It's TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm TWK of TWK Reviews, and welcome to 500 long episodes of the WrestleCast. We done made it, we did it, you said it couldn't be done, and yeah, we did the exact opposite of what you said we could not do, so all you can do is nothing, I guess, because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters, we're all gonna die.
Thanks for the downer, asshole. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you join us on a historic particular occasion. You might have seen it on the thing. I just did the intro minus the iTunes, because obviously iTunes is dead. It's fucking dead. Oh! You know what ain't dead? This fucking show, which airs this evening, its 500th program ever produced. 500 shows. God damn it, I'm old. Old, I tells you. And yet, I'm still...
I want to hear it.
well, since you piped up there, bud, who the hell are you? Well, let's join in in welcoming our guest for this particular occasion. We'll explain what happened to the other guy for your Rift Down listeners, obviously. Here, ladies and gentlemen, from the joining us this evening live from the great state of Iowa, USA, it's Brother Ball, it's the Hairball, everybody.
What's up, bitches?
You're here.
Yeah. I don't want to hear it, and I'm pretty sure Mike Shell don't want to hear it either, because he's old.
Anyway, we should explain why, real quick, why we don't have any Shin Tiger Curl here with us. He had to bow out due to health issues. His job was giving him more trouble than it was worth. We do say hello and get well soon and rest well to Shin Tiger Curl, who will be listening to this after the fact. So if you're listening to this live, Shin, rest well. You Colossus, Kevin. Even I can't even do it. It's Killer Cross. Sorry, bud. I can't do it.
By the way, he's been tweeting at me still. Wrong Kevin Cross names.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah, he's been doing that. Dunkin' Donuts Carl. Oh. I tried, Shin. You're the topper on that one.
Anyway, you're not good at it.
No.
What he tweeted at me was Cupman Kasey Kasem.
That was a good one. Cupman Kasey Kasem. It's a good one. And yeah, Mike Shell, Karma Krispy Kreme. Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, so we got a little bit of business to do, and I get the feeling I don't know if I'll get a chance to do it at the end of the show. I have a few notes for the end of the show, But I felt, 500, I wanted to do something special, and then I lost my fucking job and all inspiration. But someone did, would you have emails? Someone did bring up a good question as far as what will happen with the 10th anniversary, which is happening, actually it's happening next month, believe it or not. So we will have a little bit of a announcement when it comes to that. And believe me, I did the math. It does land on when you think it lands, and that's a particularly awesome little coincidence of timing. But I wanted to do a little bit of thank yous and all that stuff. Since we're knee deep in this, we have 4 shows to talk about. Actually, it could have been 5 or 6, but I want to talk about the G1 and review it at the end of the G1. Though the G1 in Dallas, while not the sold out crowd they were hoping to get, good crowd, loud crowd. We'll get to that in a few minutes, obviously. We have a Slammiversary, which I did watch, and I'm like, do we want to talk about it tonight? And of course,
I have a few things. I have a few notes about it.
He's got a few notes. And of course, we have the weekend. I mean, what a way to celebrate 500 episodes. 3 whole shows in Seg 3. We have Evolve's 10th anniversary, which airs on the WWE Network. And AEW Fight for the Fallen. You gotta flip a coin to watch something live. Which, that's like if you're a wrestling fan, that's like the best / worst thing to happen. But at the same time, it's awesome. And of course, Extreme Rules, because we gotta take a shit on WWE. We gotta. That and your emails. We got some emails. We got some winners and losers and all that good stuff. And we got a hairball from Iowa. That's always a good thing. But before we do and hit the clip of the week button and all that good stuff, I just want to take the time to just, I was kind of hoping to not be unemployed at that point. Because it would be like a juxtaposition of what I was 10 years ago almost. I was unemployed when I started this show in 2009. I literally quit a job, if I may say the word quat, because it was just getting stressful. And a particular site called That Guy with the Glasses existed at the time. Let's not jump to conclusions, folks. They had a blog / community section, and they didn't have a wrestling anything on the website, so that's what the inspiration of this program came from. And I just wanted to do a show that had a combination of Live Vital Wrestling, the O Show, and Transmission Awesome, for those of your OG That Guy with Glasses followers, I guess you could say. And I didn't think, I honestly thought I was going to quit this show after 100 episodes, and thank God I didn't. Because I started another show that got me to Power Morphicon last year, that got me to Ranger Stop 5 times, and I'm knocking on wood to make it 6 times this year, but obviously it'll be more difficult than most years. It's got me friends, it's got me colleagues, and it got me a pair of pennies here and there. Hell, I got, the hotel was paid for Ranger Stop last year. That was always a good thing. So, in that spirit, I need to thank a few people. Obviously, I'm not going to thank Doug Walker. I mean, not anymore. He started. Yeah. Mike Rashad could suck my dick. Fun fact. When they were still, under the good books, the good graces of the internet, on the good side of the internet, so to speak. We did the TW. Actually, I remember you sending me the link to their audition, and I thought, well, we got a good thing with RVT Entertainment. We still do, technically. And I figured, well, what the hey, we'll throw in. We had our WrestleMania review from that particular year. And little known fact, we were on the short list of people being considered. That's what they sent back. They said, hey, we were thinking about, we were thinking of picking you, which we had 5 more contenders that were a little better, but you were on the short list. We were thinking about you. So, for those wondering how close was I to enter hell, allegedly, I was on the short list. We were in the waiting room. We never got picked. Which in hindsight,
we also could have undergone mental and other types of neglect and abuse from the Walker brothers and Mashad.
Yeah, but here's the difference between most video producers and us. We have a weekly show, just like anybody else. You try to stop me producing. I would have left that. I would have left that. Well, they are still putting around barely, but that's another story for another day. I will, however, thank a few people who were part of That Guy with the Glasses at Channel Awesome that helped us out in the early going. Obviously, Welshie, who was part of our 10th episode, and that was a headache and a half because I had hit save and I didn't hit save. Stuff was lost. Audition at the time didn't save everything automatically. That was a pain in the ass to produce. But we did have Welshie on that one show. In our episode 5 show, we had Hope Within Chaos, Sean Faust. One he had at the height of his popularity as part of Transmission On, and the Epic Fail guy, obviously. Thanks, T-Dub. He helped me with a few... Oh, Jesus, almost broke my microphone again. Jesus. All right. Let's try that again. Professionalism. I almost tripped over my own cord. Anyway. So he helped us with a few production things, the noise removal stuff and how to get better microphones, which I eventually got, thank God. But so those two come to mind. And I could not do a tribute show without thanking all the people that were at the co-host chair from the very beginning. At the very beginning, Diamond Ice 56 and Z Meixner, who I tried to reach out. If guys listen, I'm sorry I bugged you. But at the same time, thank you. Thank you for starting the show with me. And, inevitably lead me to this guy over here, TWK.
Hello.
Of course, Frankie Z, Ryan Castellucci, which was always a fun time. Rappo, which, by the way, believe me, I would have tried to get Rappo, but Rappo would be busy. So these guys get a thanks. Anyone that's jumped in, I mean, we have our history with these two, but Mark Muse and Doc Pepper, we weren't particularly close, but thank you anyway. Of course, the people who brought me on with our VT/Reviewtopia at the time. Nightmare Extreme, of course, our boy The Shades, which we've become great friends with. Easy Rider, you know our history by now. And, of course, everyone else, Darren, when he joined us for every other week and helped us with the promo of the week at the time. That's something I wish I could bring back. A nostalgic promo like that was always awesome. And of course, the guy sitting in the Discord production booth with me, my good buddy TWK. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me on and allowing me to help promote my local independent company.
No problem. It's always fun to do the show with you. I hope we get... my only hope is we get another 10 years together.
50 more years!
Goddamn right.
50 more years!
I will say this. 10 more years, I hope we both get paid for it. That'll be the big goal right here. We get some big production thing like Smodcast or Kevin Smith's company, by the way, or any other Westwood One or Podcast One jumping in on us and say, hey, you wanna do a show twice a week? I'm like, will you pay us? We'll advertise the steak company that Chris Jericho seems to be fond of.
We will sell out in a goddamn...
We will sell the fuck out. We are not...
Sell out! With me tonight! Sell out!
We will!
Tonight. The podcast company is gonna make me lots of money. Everything's gonna be alright.
We will plug the shit out of that Omaha Steaks. And all that good stuff. So,
and Mike Shaw points out, if you get paid for it, you can't be drinking then.
Very true, but then again, I cannot afford booze right now, so I'm not technically drinking. I could have gone out actually get a beer, but it was raining all day. It's not walking weather, folks. But who would hell I care? That's another story for another day. So, and of course, the last people I need to thank. I mean, obviously, everyone at RVT Entertainment. I could name everybody, but that would take all day, and we're already deep into the show. We haven't even hit the first segment button. But I do need to anyone and everyone that's been on an RVT production. You know who you are. Spade Ace, Easy. I could spend all day saying thank you, but the last people I need to thank are you people listening. This show could get very difficult to do when you don't know if you're going to have a large audience or not. Obviously, there is a large audience, and I thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. It is much appreciated. But at the same time, sometimes you think, I wish I could, someone, could come in and say, hey, would you do this or that? So we appreciate your loyalty over 500 episodes and almost 10 years. And I most certainly do. And I will be doing this same whole thank you schmaltzen thing at the 10-year mark, but probably not as much as the 500. I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. I know one thing, we'll be previewing something very, very big on that particular anniversary. And I'll be coming up in a few weeks, about a month, give or take. Looking very much forward to that particular show, mind you. But that is then. We are now, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we actually get the show on the road?
Let's do some pro wrestling talk on this professional wrestling podcast.
Let's goddamn do it, ladies and gentlemen. Because of week, I was not planning on doing this anniversary because I watched it. I was good, but hey, shall we at the very least talk about how fucking awesome Kevin Owens is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Not Kevin Stone. Not Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen. Because minus the swear words, that's my boy over there talking over that microphone. Take a listen.
Cut the music! I got something to say. You know what? Last week I came out here and I spoke the truth about Dolph Ziggler, but it looks like tonight someone else needs to hear the truth, and that's Shane McMahon. Now I've sat back and tried to be a good guy, a good company guy, and not piss anyone off for too long, and I'm done with that because it doesn't get me anything. So you know what? A while ago, I watched the entire McMahon family come out in this ring and say, hey, right now, from now on, we're going to listen to the fans and give the audience what they want. But the only thing that's happened since then is Shane McMahon has gotten more power, more authority, and more TV time than anyone. And trust me when I say that nobody watching ever wanted that. You know, now we have to sit back every week on every show and listen to Shane McMahon call himself the best in the world. And every time that happens, that makes me sick, makes me want to come out here and smash my head on this stupid table.
Hey. Enough out of you.
You're here.
Hey, enough.
Good. You need to hear this.
Cut his mic.
This is the biggest load of crap I've ever seen. I have been watching WWE.
Cut his mic off. There we go.
Hey, guess what, idiot?
Oh,
there's more than one microphone, and I'm not done. You know what? Every time you call yourself
the
world, that is an insult and a slap to the face to every single person in the back, in the locker room, who breaks their back week in, week out, on TV, on the road, around the world, to be WWE superstars. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick. It makes everybody sick. And you know what happens when you call yourself the best in the world? Everybody back there, including me, is thinking Shane McMahon can kiss my ass. because that
Cut his
ring
mic. Cut his mic.
does not
Cut
belong.
his mic now. Cut it. Thank you. Oh, is that not working, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm not done.
Oh, you're
I
gonna-
will
oh,
never
you're
call
gonna
myself the
rant,
best in the
you're on a
world.
roll tonight.
But there's
You know
100
what?
people back there
Security,
that
get
have
him out of
legitimate
here.
claim.
Now.
And you take up TV time from
Now.
Apollo Crews, Buddy Murphy, Ali,
This
Liv
isn't a
Morgan,
debate.
Oscar,
Get outta here,
AOP,
Kevin.
Kyrieson. I've made my...
Go.
It's good to have Kevin Steen back on TV again. It just is. And I'm so happy because now stunners for everybody. Well, stunner everybody, but not as good as package pile drive everybody. But unfortunately, you can't pile drive people unless you're the Undertaker now.
Matty, how do you say what in French?
Quoi? Q-U-O-I. I'll spell it on the Discord. What? What? It doesn't sound as awesome.
You get a stunner. And you get a stunner. You get a stunner. You get a stunner. Everyone gets a
Je m'appelle Kevin Owens. I'ma walk to the ring and kick your sorry carcasses all over it, cat.
Like that. I
And
just stepped it in
Rico's
there.
not going. Now Rico's going, Nani? Nani?
Nani? What? K? Cerveza?
Stone Cold Kevin Owens is multicultural, you son of a bitch.
Anyway, before we get to the news, there was a thing that happened in Dallas, Texas, earlier in the week on a Saturday, as a matter of fact. No, it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday, July 7th.
Yes,
It was Slammiversary XVII 17.
Yep.
17 Slammiversaries, damn. It's Impact Wrestling / TNA Wrestling. It was at the venue was Gillies, Texas, or Dilly's Dallas in Dallas, Texas. The attendance was around 1,000 people, which is still a pretty good, all things considered.
I've read varying reports. I think the overall attendance was around 1,300 to 1,500, somewhere around there.
Yeah, they were being conservative with the at least on Wikipedia. But that's the purported audience. I watched it, though I didn't exactly have time to actually pay attention to it. But I did watch a few matches with intent, and T-Dub did watch the entire program. It started with Billy Mack taking on Jake Christ, TJP, and Trey Miguel in a four-way. It went 10 minutes, and Willie Mack got the win.
Yeah, really fun, typical X Division style match. And yes, despite Willie Mack's size, he is a perfect fit for the X Division. Because, as they always say, it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And he can hang with the best of them, of the high flyers.
Oh, yeah.
There's just one disappointment with me when it comes to Willie Mack. We didn't get to see him chug beers and do stunners to everybody. There's no stunner.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I like it when Willie Mack just takes beers from the audience and just chugs them and then gives stunners to everyone. It's great.
It is. Next up was the North. Ethan Page and the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander. Happy to see him on a television at this point, but it's good for him. They took on LAX, Ortiz and Santana with Conan, and the Rascals, Desmond Xavier, and Zachary Wentz. It was a three-way for the Impact World Champs, and the North retained.
Yeah, and I know you're happy about this because both members of the North, they're your hometown boys.
Well, technically, they are part of the Ontario wrestling scene, which makes them a part of the of C4 wrestling. Which, I mean, seeing those guys on TV is some kind of cool, that's for sure. And Josh Alexander is EC4 heavyweight champion of the world at the same time, so that is a good thing.
And
also,
I can tell by his,
go ahead.
I can tell just by his performance in this match why that is, because guy can wrestle really well.
And the guy's got the look for it, too. This is actually noted, a lot of people are noting that this is LAX's final match for Impact Wrestling as well. So this is going to be interesting times if you're fans of Ortiz and Santana.
Which I am, and whoever gains them is going to be very, very lucky, and they better not misuse them because they're one of the hottest acts in tag team wrestling right now. Like, there's a reason why Impact gave them their longest tag title reign of all time, because they knew what they had on their hands. They're like, okay, we know we have a great tag team here. We're going to make the best of it. They're pushing for the moon. We're going to make them our guys.
Devin the Great in the chat, LAX for AEW. That's a possibility.
Yes, I would love to see that way more than WWE, because WWE has never been the land of tag teams. Tag teams have always been either secondary or tertiary to everything else.
Sadly.
Whereas in AEW, obviously, you have the Young Bucks, EVPs, who love tag team wrestling because they themselves are a tag team, and they want to make sure that there's at least some sort of emphasis on tag teams at all times. So I feel like that would be a better fit for them overall.
You know what? It'll be one of those situations where let's see what happens. That's just the best way to put it. Next up, Eddie Edwards took on Killer Cross, and yes, Shintaro Curl, that is his actual name. 11:30 was the match. It was the first blood match, and Eddie Edwards won the thing.
This was one hell of a brutal match.
Yeah,
they
violent.
wanted Eddie Edwards to look like a killer, and he did. Especially with the ending where he took Kenny, his kendo stick, broke it in half, and stabbed Killer Cross in the mouth with it. That was, oh man, that was great. That's a creative ending.
It's called First Blood.
Yeah, and I have no idea if this is Killer Cross's last match of the company, but if it is, that's one hell of a way to go out.
All right. Moose took on Rob Van Dam. Moose defeated Rob Van Dam 13:50 that match.
It was a fine enough match, although I've noticed that age is starting to catch up with Van Dam.
You noticed that too, huh?
Yeah, but of course that's bound to happen eventually to everybody.
Yeah, for those wondering, Rob Van Dam is rapidly approaching the 5-0, and it shows he's moving significantly slower.
However, I will say, for his age, he's still moving around really well.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of those guys that I don't want to put him in the same boat as Chris Jericho, but you know, because Jericho keeps evolving his character, but Rob Van Dam, body-wise, health-wise, has always kept himself in relative good health.
Yeah, and I am very happy to see Moose win this match, which shows the company is really still behind him, trying to make him Mr. Impact Wrestling. And if they keep going this route, like I said a few years ago, I could see him being the world champion.
Next up, a fatal 4-way women's Monsters Ball match for the Knockouts Championship at 11:45. Taya Valkyrie defended the title, and she won against Jessica Havoc, Rosemary, and Sue Young.
Props to Rosemary because she took almost every major bump in this match.
And she's the one who's coming back from an injury. I mean, if you want to break kayfabe, but there's that.
She came back from an injury at the beginning of the year.
Fair enough.
So it's been several months, but yeah, she took almost every major bump in this match. So props to her for doing all that and making everyone look like a star.
And she keeps going with Impact for now, so she's signed a new deal with Impact. She states that she thinks she's got more creative freedom with Rosemary on Impact that she would get anywhere else.
Definitely more than WWE. I do not trust what Vince McMahon would do with Rosemary. Especially because of the fact that there's so much supernatural elements to the character, and they do so many pre-tape stuff with the sort of undead realm and all that.
Yeah.
That WWE just does not like to do.
Rich Swann took on... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Hairball. Sorry.
No, I was just pulling the Vince. That's some good shit.
Rich Swann took on Johnny Impact for the X Division Championship, and Rich Swann retained 14:55 that one.
We know that Johnny Impact was being accompanied to the ring by former referee Johnny Bravo, who took the mantle of being the Johnny Impact mark that we kind of saw from, can't remember what his name was, from Lucha Underground. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember the name, though. It's not coming to me.
Chat, you guys remember the Johnny Mundo guy?
It was his brother. It was his brother, quote unquote. I know that.
And Devin is saying that
I'm
Rosemary
looking.
should stick with Impact. And Evolve says, good thing he doesn't have pissed off something that'll get in the way. Just ask Heihachi.
Oh, wait, he says, yeah. It's not Bravo. It's not Johnny Bravo. I know that.
No. Johnny Bravo was a referee previously. Nevertheless, this was a star-making role for Rich Swann, I think.
Yeah.
Getting such a huge victory over here. Once again, it shows the company is really behind the people they currently have under contract. And this is another person who went out on their back. And Johnny Impact's definitely left the company a way better way than Austin Aries did.
No, good Lord, did he ever. Oh, God. Austin Aries, sells everything. Johnny Impact sells everything. Yeah, there's a difference there, yeah.
That's why I think that, if John doesn't go back to WWE, always the door open for Impact.
Definitely.
And,
could it be John?
Yeah.
Could it be Johnny Elite or back to John Morrison? Who knows?
The dirt sheet's back, bitches.
That would be a throwback right there. The dirt sheet with the Miz and John Morrison. Good Lord.
The Miz is bringing back the shorts.
I don't think he'll go that far. I don't think he'll go that far.
And the faux hawk.
No. I don't think.
And the bleach tips.
I don't think his wife will allow him to bring back the bleach tips.
And the old theme song.
No. And Mike Shell, he'll be Johnny Valkyrie.
Here's what's gonna and he's gonna bring back the greatest catchphrase of all time. Ooh-rah!
No. Moving right along. Co-main was the heavyweight championship of the world, Impact World title. Brian Cage took on Michael Elgin. I went 14-10, and the Wolverine retains. And that was knockdown, drag out.
This matchup. I skipped this entire match because I didn't want to see Michael Elgin.
Big douche.
The more interesting story is what happened afterwards. As a masked, mysterious attacker attacked Michael Elgin, giving him a spear-like maneuver that can be described as possibly goring him. I don't know. It's up to a viewer's interpretation, really.
Yep.
And for those wondering why this person wore a mask, is because this person was obviously Rhino, who's still under contract with WWE.
Yeah, technically speaking, he's... I think his contract ends, at the end of the month? Something like that?
It ends on the 13th.
Yeah. So so unless he got let go early from his contract, whoops.
So yeah, that's why he showed up wearing that mask and hiding his identity, except not really hiding his identity because he both hit the gore and did his signature pose.
Whoops.
But of course, the announcers had no so like, oh, who could this man be? It could be anybody. Because if they didn't do that, they could technically get sued.
I don't think they're gonna get sued anyway. Don Callis is gonna show up, and there's gonna be hired goons leaving him with the WWE stooge is gonna leave a letter. We know what you did at Slammiversary, bitch. Anyway, Now, I said semi-main because the main event was the oft... this was controversial because it was an intergender match in 2019. It was Sami Callihan taking on Tessa Blanchard.
You guys remember when...
We're talking... Yeah, Tita, but I know what you're about to bring up. What about Wrestle Circus? What about Tessa Blanchard taking on Brian Cage?
No, what I was going to bring up was, hey, remember Wrestle Circus when Sami Callihan showed up out of nowhere and Paul drove Tessa Blanchard for seemingly no reason? Well, now we have our reason.
There it is.
Cross-promotional build-up.
Yeah. And great main event.
Oh, yeah, these two, when added for the entire 15 minutes, they was just an absolute brutal back-and-forth match. And even though Tessa didn't win, after the match was over, Sami Callihan gave her his respect.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And he let her have the ring. So, I think it's great that they not only had an intergender match, but they said, you know what, we're going to make this our main event. And this is essentially their SummerSlam. This is their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and the fact they had this right there just shows that they're willing to take the risks that WWE won't.
That's how much confidence they have in Tessa Blanchard, because they know I know for a fact they have confidence in Sami Callihan no matter what. But this was them showing their confidence in Tessa Blanchard as a headline star.
Oh, hell yeah. I would honestly love to see her be the first woman to win the world title in Impact. That would be great.
Now, if they
she does have that skill.
Now, if they could score that big deal with Access TV, I think that's a major thumbs up if they could pull that off. You do?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah. So, I was thinking 3.5 to 4 out of 5 on this one, but I'm going to let you rate this one.
I would... Honestly, yeah, I'll give it a good old 4 out of 5. Every match had something, going for something I've never seen before in a wrestling match, which is not something I can say easily in 2019. Like, these guys are pulling out everything, and you think for a crowd that's not the biggest size of the world, they wouldn't do that, but no, these guys went out there like this was freaking WrestleMania, and that was great.
That is not a bad thing. Now, that being said, we got news to read.
Yes, first off, we have Owen's Truth Bomb.
Which, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, was worked. Yeah. But it not as scripted as you might think. There was some leeway from what I've read. And that's a good thing.
Nice.
Kevin Owens can talk, so they let him talk.
Yeah, he is an amazing talker when you don't overly script him and you just let him be himself. He can get the audience immediately invested in whatever program you want him to be, and you got evidence right here.
Right there.
And according to official reports, quote unquote, this is being done to phase Shane McMahon off TV, which is good. That means more time for the wrestlers instead of the non-wrestlers, because that's why we want to watch wrestling.
So he got
wrestle matches.
So Owens done the shit out of Shane, and hopefully Shane Undertaker will tombstone the shit out of Shane McMahon twice, if possible, for us.
So yeah, I think Kevin Owens' babyface run at this point is going quite well. Keep up the momentum.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. I
got the best tag matches on Raw.
Ooh, yeah, those. Yeah. What the Christ was that?
All right, first off,
a mixed tag elimination match. Vince, what the fuck are you on with that one?
So, in a mixed tag match, it's not intergender, which means men can only find men and women can only find women. But if it's elimination, if it comes down with Andrade eliminated Seth, that means it would have gone down to Andrade versus Becky, but they can't fight each other because it's not intergender. So how do these rules work?
Rules work, mouth don't.
Just another episode of Raw where they just make up the rules as they go along, it seems.
I choose not to get it. And, of course, the 6-man, 2 out of 3 falls 6-man tag match, which is another thing. I get the feeling someone was trying to tell Vince, hey, do what Lucha Underground does, just keep the wrestling in between the commercials. And instead, they decided, hey, let's do 2 out of 3 falls matches all the time.
Yeah, if they did the way Lucha Underground did, here's how they would structure the matches. First, you have the entrances, commercial break, full match, go back to commercial. That's simple. Like, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And you can have your match segments, like full match segments, be like 10 to 15 minutes. Then you go to commercial break, come back, backstage, do a promo, do an entrance, go to commercial, come back, match. It's really as simple as that.
It's fucking stupid is what WB is doing. That's all I'm going to say that.
Speaking of stupid, their main event tag match on Raw, where the whole gimmick was, oh, obviously this person under a mask wasn't going to be Gary the Goat Garbutt. It was going to be somebody, it's going to be one of the wrestlers. However, in this type of scenario, you think, oh, the guy in the mask is going to sneak in and get a victory out of nowhere. But nope, he still loses. And then when he takes off his mask, everyone's like, oh, he really got one over on Shane and Drew. How? He lost.
He still lost! Cedric Alexander still lost! You fucking morons!
Like
Jesus Sage!
This is like one of the more old school type of bookings.
And you still fuck it up! They still fuck it up!
I've seen
one of the easiest things to maneuver. It was obvious. All you have to do is get him to win, or at least have Roman win.
Yeah, like generally in this situation, what happens is the guy in the mask gets thrown into the ring, gets tossed around a bit, and then the heel gets cocky, and then whoop, there's a roll up. 1, 2, 3. What? The guy gets out of the ring, takes off his mask. It's that guy. My God! Surprise!
He didn't even bamboozle. They paid double the money. Wait a minute, it's WWE. Can I?
Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah.
I'd keep
One more
going.
time for posterity's sake.
All right.
Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah.
Let's end our WWE segment with some good news. And it's the fact that Reigns won an ESPY for his announcement of remission, which I thought was the right choice for winning the ESPY for WWE's category.
Which is fair enough if you ask me.
Yeah, because that was a legitimately heartwarming segment. And we go from heartwarming to heartbreaking as Paco Alonso, the owner of CMLL, has passed away this past week.
Yeah, for those who don't know, CMLL, the CMLL is the world's oldest wrestling promotion, literally, and he owned it. And I mean, you know more about this than I would. This is going to affect CMLL for a little bit, obviously.
Yeah, the promotion has been passed down to his daughter.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not too familiar with CMLL because I've always been more familiar with AAA personally. But CMLL has a working relationship with multiple companies, Ring of Honor and New Japan's most well-known their relationships, and it'll be very interesting to see how this company goes. But condolences go out to the Alonso family for their loss and all of their friends, because this is going to be this is a very big death. This would be kind of like if Vince McMahon kicked the bucket. You know,
I think it'd be even bigger, but it's a good equivalent.
Yeah, it's about the biggest equivalent I can think of. Like, this is definitely going to, I think, change things up to see how his daughter Sophia operates things.
Hey, I finally found something. Ricky
Hairball? You cut off again.
The guy that G-Dub was trying. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
The guy that T-Dub was talking about earlier in Lucha, Ricky Mandel.
Oh, there we go.
Ricky Mundo. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
It took me a while. I had
Yeah. It was Ricky Mundo. There you go. And JC, I mainly know CMLL because they were the company El Santo worked for. That is one of their biggest stars. Actually, it is their biggest star, really.
Yeah, and
people say, well,
also,
what about this guy? I was like, no. El Santo. Movies.
Also,
that's all I'm going to say there.
It should be noted that after a while, El Hijo del Santo left CMLL, and this created a rift between the two, to the point where Alonso banned any company from using him, all their partner companies from using them. And when one company did, he broke the partnership with them. And he'd still harbor grudges up until his final days, it seems, from the reports I could read, I could find. So, a bit of gray in his territory. But then again, when you're a wrestling promoter, especially for decades and decades, there's always going to be red on your ledger.
Right, Vinny?
From one story of loss to a story of, huh?
Yeah, from a story of loss to a story of lost minds. T-Dub, I think I know where you're going, and I think this is the best way to put it. So Joey Janela and Enzo Amore walk into a Blink-182 concert. Yeah, that's just the best way to put it. I've watched the videos of this, and I don't know whether to laugh or just go. My jaw was on the floor going, what the fuck?
It's just Enzo trying to create more quote-unquote controversy so everyone talks about him because, you know, he's desperate for attention because his rap career isn't going well. It's not going the way he expected it to. And he knows that a whole bunch of wrestling companies don't want to hire him because he's a charlatan. He's a huckster.
He is an idiot.
Yeah, that too.
He is, in OSW review vernacular, a cunt.
Yes. And the only way he ever gets any attention is by doing stupid stuff like this. Like, you know, just creating quote-unquote controversy. And I guarantee you this story's going to blow over, and a week from now, we're going to all forget Enzo's mere existence.
Again, and I apologize. I think I puked in my mouth a little bit talking about Enzo Amore there.
Then let's let's journey on over for a heartwarming story. And guess what? Not only is it a heartwarming story, it's a heartwarming story from Florida.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm with Hairball on this one.
61-year-old Joseph Saracino made his debut in professional wrestling this recently. Actually, this happened back in June. I don't know why I'm only hearing about it this week.
Okay.
Yeah, and not only did this happen in Florida, this happened in Tampa.
You know, somehow, some way, we're going to tell someone next week about that.
Yes, anyways, he made his debut for, let's see, what's the promotion? Pride of Wrestling.
Huh.
Yeah, Pride of Wrestling show, and he made his debut at the age of 61, and this is done because he and his son bonded over wrestling, and it was the one thing they could get over the grief of losing his wife and his son's mother. So it's this thing they ended up bonding over. So now he's a wrestler, and his son is essentially his manager. Gotta be one of the youngest managers in the business, because I think he's only like 10 or 11. Let me see if I can find it here in this article.
I don't know, but that's a too sweet, right?
Yeah, also, that is very much a Florida story.
That was good.
Yeah, but it's still a Florida story.
Looking through, gonna find the information.
I'm pretty sure hell's completely frozen over now.
Nah. It's gonna warm up again, trust me.
I cannot find the information, but his son I do know is young. In this article, you can see a picture of him in the, I guess, what would be the locker room with his son right here. I'll give you the link.
Excuse me, I'm just, still recovering from that. Oh, there's a picture. I can't show it online because setting up would be too much, but yeah, that's a youngin'.
So yeah, it's just a nice, heartwarming story.
Yeah.
Just to give you all the good feels. And now for the story that made me mark out, happening tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. July 13th. Happening on Indie Wrestling's streaming service. There's going to be a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be Thief Ant, Green Ant, and Fire Ant taking on Mike Quackenbush and the Ugly Ducklings!
Oh!
From Flying V Theater.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of a very happy TWK who is happy in his head goddamn place.
Look at that picture.
Oh my god, that's a picture. Oh, I wish I could set that up, but that would fuck up the stream.
Yeah, but that is one hell of a picture.
That is one hell of a picture. Put that out in the chat.
All right, I will. I will send them the link.
That's a hell of a picture.
Apparently, yep, there you go. There's the link. And yes, Devin, indie wrestling hype.
Hype.
You really don't get more indie than Mike Quackenbush.
No. An independent wrestling legend right there.
Yeah, I just love the fact that Ugly Ducklings are getting this spotlight. They've really, in the past year, been getting popularity, which makes me super happy because one of the members, Lance Lude, hometown boy.
Nice.
Yeah, the first time I watched him wrestle was back when he was in a tag team with a big, huge wrestler called Jason, and they were called The Set. And do you know what their finisher was called?
What?
Anal beads.
Oh, God.
God damn.
Also, this is a PG company. They use that term in. I'm not sure how they got away with that. Yeah. There will always be plenty of kids at shows. I don't know how the commentary got away with saying that. Kids must not have watched the replay.
Uh-huh. And Crunchman in the chat with the best joke possible. But that move was a pain in the ass.
If we think we do.
Yeah, by the way, bet that move was a pain in the ass.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Wordplay!
Yes.
Anyways, that is all the news I have, unless either of you have anything to bring up.
Nope. Let's get right to the thing with the most of you are here for, I'm assuming. It's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at the WrestleCast at gmail.com. Of course, the link at the email address is on the screen as you see it right there, as per usual. And we begin with Dark Mortimer. I'm still recovering from, By the way, when I puked up, was a little bit of the hot sauce I had for my supper. Yeah, I had some hot sauce on my pizza. So if my voice sounds a little off for a little bit, it's because of that. Excuse me. So, that being said, Dark Mortimer kicks this off. Meanwhile, in the clock tower, Dark Mortimer starts off, well, this is years in the making. I still remember first listening to the show since episode 80. Every weekend since then, I've been sitting here listening to strangers I've never met talk about something we all share, a passion for professional wrestling. Either it be the indies, the major leagues, wherever you were born as a fan or later became one. You can bet we all die as fans, although I've just jumped into another vessel before this one because it becomes ashes. Now I know this is very special 500 episode. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't have time to read these predictions, but if you do, then I'll have everyone's favorite German vampire, Rip Van Winkle, read them. Rip Van Winkle clears his throat. Extreme Heat pre-kickoff show. Excuse me. The Cruiserweight title match, 8-pack versus Wonder Bread. Winner Drew Gulak to retain. WB One Night Stand Extreme Rules. WB Tag title match, the Wardens versus the Top Guns. Guys. Winners, say yeah. Last Man Standing, Walking Armageddon versus Walking Carmageddon. C-A-Armageddon. Strowman to win. U.S. title match, the Prince of Phenomenal versus Prince Puma. Ricochet to retain. Mystery date fight. Man who wants to fight versus man who knocks on doors. Winner, Aleister Black. It's going to be fun, though. Triple Threat SmackDown Tag Titles. The Planeteers versus IHOP versus Scott Steiner. Two fat asses. Winners, the Planeteers, Brian and Rowan to retain. Raw Women's Handicap title match. Face Hugger versus Wrestler Missing versus Nikki fucking Storm. Winner, Alexa and Nikki fucking Cross. Or you mean Nicole? Fair enough. WWE title.
CrossFit.
WWE Championship. The Sandman versus Kofi flips the bird. Kingston. Winner Kofi. No holds barred tag match players. The Dogs versus the Third Terminator. And remember when Kevin Owens beat the hell out of Vince? Great times. Winners, Roman and Taker. Fake Steen. Oh, so he's calling Steen interference. Okay. Winner takes all match. The men versus Bartender Corbin and Lady Who Walks Away. Winner, Seth and Becky. Well, that's it for this week. I don't have any losers except for life in the past year, but I do have winners. Matty J and TWK and anyone who's been on the WrestleCast. Thanks for 500 episodes. Raises a cup of tea. Thanks, Roberta. Roberta, you're welcome. And here's to many more episodes, Raven. Then when we reach 1,000 episodes, we're gunning for the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you. N-O-G-G-R, Nogger. Good save there. Also, hello, Knockers. Happy days are here again. Next up is... Yes. Next up is God Mode. Yo, so you guys have 500 episodes. The first time I listened to your show was by a friend, and I cannot say his name for personal reasons. Overall, keep up the good work. And my friend does have this question. What are you guys doing for the 10-year anniversary show? Anyway, God Mode out. Well, God Mode, it's funny you ask, because the anniversary of the show is August 9th. The first airing of the show was August 9th, 2009. Which happens to be August 9th on a Friday, which happens to be the Friday before SummerSlam weekend.
You're gonna be out of town by that time.
I'm still here. I'm not leaving till Saturday morning. So I'm here Friday. That particular Friday. So we're doing the Wrestle. That 10-year anniversary will be our SummerSlam preview show. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate 10 years. There you go. So that's what we're doing. Simple as that.
Hell of a show. I can't wait.
It's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be a good show. It'll be a show. It'll be the 10th anniversary, and I don't know, 6 hours later, tops, give or take a couple of minutes, I will be on a train to Toronto to enjoy my weekend. And job or no job, that's what I'm doing that particular weekend. I do not care. I will be in Toronto those 4 days. I wish it could be more, but at the same time, I had reserved that time thinking I'll just get the 3 days off and I'll be back on Wednesday working after enjoying a good weekend of wrestling. And then life decided, well, you have a little bit more time to kill, my friend.
Killing in the name of.
Next up, last up, it's our good friend. You know who it is, T-Dub. Make it a good one. Who's the one that impregnated Maria Kanellis? Is it Mike Bennett, his faithful husband who was treated like complete puss by his wife? Or is it Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch, who thinks she's Chuck Norris. CM Punk had one night stand with her despite being, married? Chef? Or the 1996 Denver Broncos? All that will be answered. It would still make no sense whatsoever. Yes.
I understood that reference.
Oh, my favorite South Park episodes, man. My father is just anyway. My father is just anyway. Anyway, hello, WrestleCast. Looks like I didn't miss much after my trip in Paris outside of Fighter Fest, which I regret not watching. But mostly some of the matches, as in Double or Nothing, but it's still great. Now on to the pay-per-view coming up. There's no Raw or SmackDown review, so let's get to it. Also, I'm not going to preview Fight for the Fallen since it'll be Great Rhodes Bros versus Young Bucks. Take my money. And ironically, I checked the BR Live app. It's free.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch the show live because the BR Live app does not want to cooperate with any of the devices that I have.
It takes a little bit. It might be a case if you're probably going to watch the Devolve show, and I'm probably going to watch Fight for the Fallen, and we'll compare notes. More than likely.
I'll find a way to watch the Fight for the Fallen show, definitely. 100%.
All right.
I'll find a way to watch it, but just not going to be able to watch it live.
I'll be flipping my coins at this point, because I know what I will be watching wrestling that particular evening tomorrow. Now, since there's... Go ahead.
I was just saying, so much wrestling. Goddamn.
Yes. It's a good weekend to be a wrestling fan. It'll be a long one. WB Extreme Rules Hard. One of the most confusing match names in the card. That being the main event of the Universal and Red Women's Championship belts. But we'll get to that when we get to that. My hype level for the event? Below average. The pre-show crispy, tangy, honey mustard chicken wings main event. Cruiserweight belt. They're calling the Cruiserweight title as the main event, and it has not been announced as the kickoff show main event. How about that? But, Wonder Bread versus the Premier Athlete. It'll be a fun opener. Keep the belt on Wonder Bread Drew Gulak. Tag belts. Hashtag FTNBB. Fuck the non-brain busters. Golf clap there. Versus D's Nuts. Tough one since I pretty much don't care about their feud after the horrendous booking. Keep the belts on the Revival. And the money... Last man standing, the monster among beef versus the almighty Beef. How much beef can you ask for in this match? After that awesome opening with Strowman and Lashley through the LED boards. I'm curious if with this match, Strowman expects a strong push after that. I expect him to win. U.S. belt.
So much beef!
Beef!
Beefcake!
Also, I get the OSW review. Beef! U.S. belt. King Ricochet versus the Phenomenal Redneck with Styles being back with the boys. About time they got some TV time. I expect sadly that Styles will get the U.S. belt. Three-way SmackDown Smackers tag belts. The Eco Fighters versus New Day versus Road Rollers. Insert Dio meme from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You know what? Let's give it to Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovich. After their performance at the WB Roadhouse, they deserve a run with the belts at least once. The Dutch Destroyer versus the Swiss Superman. Well, it's Cesaro who finally entered the challenge for Dear Alistair. And you know what? Take my money, because it's a potential match of the night candidate. And yeah, Alistair for his win for the first to win his first encounter. 2-on-1 SmackDown 2-on-1 handicap match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Alexa and her Scottish. Wow, Alexis and her Scottish bottom bitch after Drew versus Bayley. Do I got a feeling of deja vu with Lay Cool internal screaming of agony? I swear if it ended up with Alexa and Nikki being co-holders of the belt, I might jump off the window. If not, it has to be Nikki Cross to secure the win and then have a feud with Alexa. But then again, aren't they from Raw?
They are.
They are indeed. Wild card. Woo. WB title, African Grasshopper versus Samoan Submission Machine, with the news that Kofi is potentially injured. It's now the time to put the belt on Samoa Joe. The guy deserves it after losing the U.S. belt to Ricochet. No holds barred. Shane O'Mac and his Scottish bottom bitch. I see a pattern here. Versus the Graveyard Dogs. No, they're not kidding. They released a shirt with the video of Reigns and Taker as the quote Graveyard Dogs. Can't imagine how Cole will introduce the Big Dog and the Dead Dog. Anywho, I picked the team with Shane.
Dog.
The Dead Dog. With another Dead Dog. And then Undertaker with the Dead Dog pile driver. God damn it, Jay Hunter. Now you got that stuck in my head. Anywho, I picked the team of Shane and Drew with the Scottish Terminator pinning the Undertaker just to have a rub. Please don't make Shane the one who pins either one of them. Extreme Rules mixed tag match. Winner takes all. Him. The new Sable Mark Mero versus Big Baldy Bastard, and who gives a rat's ass about her? Seriously, there's only one real man's man in this company. Goddamn William Regal. He's a man, such a man, such a man. He's a real man's man. It's even bad when they released a t-shirt called The Man's Man, which confirms Seth is not close enough to be a future Mark Mero. Prepare for that. Prepare to take that Sable Bomb, dude. And it's already confusing since it's an Extreme Rules match which follows mixed tag rules because we don't want to see intergender matches unless the women take the offensive. Goddamn SJWs. Like I said before, if that's how Corbin will win the Jam belt, I will be pissed. So it won't make things better with Lesnar waiting to cash in unless there's a shot of Lynch standing toe-to-toe with the Beast. I don't expect her to get an F5 though unless they do like Tessa Blanchard and Sami Callihan on Impact. Fair enough. Winners: Aaron Stevens, is out of retirement and will be part of Battle Arts Pro Academy's show on July 13th. Good for him. And Kevin Owens' Canadian Bomb on SmackDown Live this week. That promo was hot fire. Losers, the confrontation between between Joey Janela and Enzo during a Blink 182 concert at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Holden, New Jersey. Damn it, Joey, don't deal with that born insecure doucher. The Iconics title reign as tag champions, underwhelming and lazy, like the booking division of the division. The fact that Kofi is injured and might lose the belt is sad, but he did have a good run. Very true. That's it for this week. Enjoy Fight for the Fallen and Extreme Rules. And Matty, hope you get a brand new job in the near future. See you soon. Thanks, French Otaku. Got a few, for those wondering, yeah, I did lose my job last week, in case you're tuning in now. I did send a bunch of applications, including some spots in Toronto, because I will be in Toronto next month. It'd be nice to actually line up some interviews that, one has to look, ladies and gentlemen. One has to be a look outside, outside of the box thinking, so to speak. That being said, gentlemen, that's it. If I can hit the button. There we go. Those are emails and comments of the week. You can send them to the WrestleCast@gmail.com. We shall return with our preview of 3. Count them 3. Shows to talk about when we come back. Do not go too far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
I want to know one thing.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Well, the Rock's...
It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
And action.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Again, please. Again? Again.
How bored?
Yeah.
Step into a Slim Jim. Turn to the spice. That baby juicy taste. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Alistair, this Sunday at Extreme Rules, you will face the man who has been knocked on your door last week. Now, as far as we know, both you and your challenger have signed the contract for this match in Philadelphia, and apparently, Alistair, your opponent is choosing not to identify himself at this time.
Very good. Very good. Now, I see what you're doing. I get it. I mean, it's something that I would do. So, I applaud you for doing it. No, it's smart. It's really, really smart. But at this point, I don't care anymore. I don't care who you are anymore. No, this Sunday at Extreme Rules, I am just going to walk out and...
Alistair Black, I'm the one who knocked at your door because I'm here to pick a fight with you.
Oh, so very good, Mr. Cesaro. Because this Sunday, I am going to fight you.
Back here on the WrestleCast, presented by RBT Entertainment Productions. Twitch.tv/RBT Entertainment, thebrooklynvid.com, Podomatic.com, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording. Thank you very much for 500 episodes, because this is the 500th edition of this particular podcast. Matty, T-Dub, and our guest, the Hairball, who, well, he talked a little bit.
I'm here still.
He's still here. He's still here. Lots to talk about. We will get to that potential match of the night candidate in our third pay-per-view of this particular segment. But we have to talk about stuff chronologically. Of course, we would talk about G1 Climax, but you should already have the New Japan Pro Wrestling World app ready to go in this case, and we're not going to preview every card here. We're not going to be able to do that because they do that over the week and all that good stuff. That said, we still have stuff to talk about, including something that's going to be airing on the WWE Network. Evolve 131, aka Evolve's 10th anniversary celebration. This will be from the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of WWE Extreme Rules, July 13th, 2019. It's one of two shows available at the same time. The other one will be AEW Fight for the Fallen. We will get to that in a few minutes. And this is still a stacked card, all things considered. The beginning of the show will be Brandy Lauren versus Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Brandy Lauren, but I've seen a few matches with Shotzi Blackheart. She is a good talent. She has a huge amount of charisma. Love her entrance. Love her look.
This will be a kind of like, this will be an introduction to a lot of indie talent for you folks just watching on the network. Particularly if you have never seen Eddie Kingston before, this will be fun. Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy taking on AR Fox and Leon Ruff with Ayla and the Shulk for the Evolve Tag Team
Eddie
Championship.
Kingston and Joe Gacy. Kingston and Gacy, obviously CCW alumni. And Gabe Sapolsky went on Twitter and said, "We will not be giving Eddie Kingston a live mic this week."
No. And I know Kingston is a professional. I think he's going, yeah, good call. He's probably going, yeah, good call.
He's worked for Chikara. That's a G-rated company. So he can handle PG.
He can handle PG, but this is one of those situations where it's like, oh God, we want to give him a live mic, and he's going, do I want a live mic right now? Maybe not.
Also,
I don't know.
Also, the only one in this match that I'm not familiar with is Leon Ruff. It'll be interesting to see him, but AR Fox, great high-flying talent.
Oh, yeah. Next, fatal four-way? Kurt Stallion versus Sean Maluta. I'm reading that correctly. Stephen Wolf, and here's a name that's familiar for us. A little bit of nostalgia there. Harlem Bravado.
Yeah, one half of the Bravado Brothers.
Yeah.
Old school ROH.
Old school HDNet ROH. So this is way back for us.
Yeah, I remember when their gimmick was they were Grandma's Boys and they had this sweater vest.
Next up, a special challenge match. The Babatunde taking on
Babatunde! The greatest of all time! Everyone loves Babatunde!
Taking on Steve Carino's boy, Colby Carino.
Somebody who I've seen wrestle live, and this guy can go. He's a little guy, but he's scrappy. It's good to see him on this type of platform.
Yeah.
It's good to also see him turn his life around because he's had some pretty bad problems a couple years ago.
Yeah, he had some, best way to put it, a lot of demons.
I think that's a nice little euphemism to use for what he's gone through. And here's somebody put bad part behind him. Got good head moving forward.
And a great opportunity, too. Anthony Henry taking on Arturo Ruas in a grudge match.
Let's see. Not really familiar with either of these guys, so let's hope this is a good one.
It's got to be one of those. We're going to be introduced to those two guys for sure. JT Drake versus Austin Theory, the winner to take both the World Wrestling Network Championship and the Evolve Championship. JT Drake representing World Wrestling Network, and Austin Theory, the Evolve Championship.
Yeah, the World Wrestling Network is the parent company that streams a whole bunch of different independent wrestling company shows. So it's kind of cool to see that represented on a WWE broadcast. That is really interesting.
Next match is billed as the Future Is Now Showcase match. Josh Briggs taking on Anthony Green.
That's retrosexual Anthony Green.
Ah.
Yeah, he was in Wrestle Circus match a couple weeks ago, in a tag team match, tagging with, why can't I ever remember her name? Scarlett Bordeaux.
That's the one.
Yeah. He's got a bit of sleaziness to himself.
Not as sleazy as Joey Ryan, but just the right amount of sleaze for the WWE Network, I'd like to think.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to find out. And the next two matches, this is pretty much WWE's fingerprints on it, but it's still very much evolved matchups. Drew Gulak taking on Matt Riddle in a Catch Point reunion match. Gulak versus Matt Riddle. Shut the fuck up and take my money.
Yeah, you're going to have Drew Gulak's excellent grappling versus Matt Riddle's excellent strikes and submissions.
Both can grapple, so this is going to be good. And in the main event, the NXT Championship. This is cool. Akira Tozawa taking on Adam Cole, baby. Okay, so an NXT guy defending the NXT Championship against a 205 Live guy in an Evolve Wrestling ring.
That's being broadcasted on the WWE Network.
Whoa.
Also, it's inside the ECW arena.
Even more. Whoa.
Mind blown.
I know, right? Now, that's a hell of a card right there. But if you're feeling, I don't want my WWE to mix in my indie wrestling, or I just want something different, well, if you don't happen to have the WWE Network and want to watch professional wrestling at the very same time, there will be this particular program happening from Jacksonville, Florida, as a matter of fact. Fight for the Fallen, AEW's third event. Actually, that's the third one. Third televised wrestling particular thing. Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, same time, and all that good stuff. The card reads as follows. We're going to consider Cody, the Rhodes versus Bucks match in the main event. The card is mixed up. It's a little jumbled up on the Wikipedia. We're just going to go by what we think is going to happen. Of course, the pre-show matches we'll start with first. Sonny Kiss taking on the librarian Peter Avalon with Leva Bates in tow. Sonny Kiss. Good to see him back on TV. He was cool to watch.
Oh, yeah. Kind of shame this is reserved for just the pre-show, but I think these two will put on something very entertaining.
And Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Riho taking on Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima in a tag team match.
So yeah, we got some Stardom representation here from Bea Priestley, who is the champion at Stardom at the moment.
Yep.
She's a top girl out there. And I wonder if we're going to see maybe see her do an Oedo tie dance. Oh wait, no, she can't do that. They lost the ability to do that. Damn it!
Aww.
Damn you, Queen's Quest! I'll never forgive you.
So you're salty then?
I don't hold grudges.
No, not you. No.
Nevertheless, should be one hell of a tag team match.
Yes. Speaking of tag team matches, there's a three-way match to advance to All Out to an opportunity at first round bye in the AEW Tag Team Championship Tournament. The particulars: All Hail the Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson taking on Angelico and Jack Evans and Jungle Boy and the Luchasaurus.
Yeah, if I can get to see our boys, Dark Order, make their American pay. Is this their first time they've ever been on pay-per-view?
No, they have. Actually, I fucked up. I did not. How is that not on the main card? We'll get back to the match I just read. Yeah, Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela taking on MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears in a 6-man tag. That's marked as a preview match.
No, the three-way is not marked as preview. It's not pre. How's
on
that?
On the wiki, it's marked as a pre-show.
Where?
On the wiki.
But where on it? Because I'm not seeing the P next
number
to
5.
I'm not. No, there's only 2 pre-show matches. There's only 2 pre-show matches, and we got the Sonny Kiss Pierre Avalon and Britt Baker and Riho versus P. Priestley and Shoko Nakajima. Those are only 2 pre-show matches.
Look at the wiki right now. That's what I have listed.
I'm only seeing 2 pre-show matches. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now.
All right, I'm going to refresh this. This is going to kill a little bit of the thing. I do apologize. But we need refreshment here. Okay, that's been changed. Never mind. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Like
that was
there's
weird.
only 2 pre-show matches. Yeah, the pre-show is 15 minutes shorter this time.
All right, fair enough, I guess. So, because when I loaded this up literally about an hour ago, well, about a couple hours ago, this was showing as a pre-show.
Nope, it isn't.
Okay, let's get back to the Dark Order, making their American IPPV free PPV, I guess you could call it, but it's technically considered a pay-per-view. How awesome is that, by the way? Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever on an ROH pay-per-view.
No.
I know they were on at least one of their TVs, I think, during the HDNet days.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever made it to their iPay-per-views, unfortunately. Could be wrong.
I know they had shows before the pay-per-view days where they were called major shows, but pay-per-view, no, not to my knowledge.
So this would be a good showcase for them.
Yes. Let's see.
And I expect Dark Order to win.
I expect Dark Order to win as well. SoCal Uncensored, Kazarian and Scorpius, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky taking on the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Rey Fenix in a standard tag team match.
This should be one.
Thank you, Fake Hairball.
Yeah, this should be one hell of a showcase. Got plenty of athletic talent here, and honestly don't know who's going to win this match. I'm just going to... it's too tough. Because you could continue the momentum of SCU, or you could have Lucha Brothers finally get a victory.
I'm going to go Lucha Brothers, but only because, I mean, you got to rebuild these guys. If wins and losses are gonna matter, you would think the Lucha Brothers would have to build up the clout of the Lucha Brothers there. But honestly, I could see the continuing momentum of SCU. I don't know. It's a tough one to call. I definitely agree with that. All right, now on to that 6-man tag that got me confused. Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela taking on Maxwell, Jacob Freeman, Sammy Guevara, and Sean. I was at the goddamn lip of the chair. Spears.
By the way, speaking of Sean Spears, I watched the interview the Young Bucks did with Chris Van Vliet where they actually explained how the chair was gimmicked. Turns out the chair itself was sandpapered down to where it was as thin as a cookie sheet.
Yeah, this was literally and of course what I saw it actually you saw it break. Like usually most chairs, once they're folded up, they're made to be solid up. So no, it was, and obviously like everyone else saw, it was the lip of the chair that caught to the back of the head.
So it's interesting to see that because had that cut not happened, that probably would have been a super safe spot.
Yeah, it would have been safer.
But, sometimes accidents happen.
Yep.
Nevertheless, for this match, I totally expect MJF and Sean Spears to be at each other's throats, especially MJF.
All right.
And I expect Sammy Guevara to eat the pin.
Oh. Okie dokie. Next up, Kip Sabian taking on Hangman Adam Page.
I think Adam Page is winning this match easily. He's got the World Title match coming up, and this should be one hell of a showcase for both men.
Yeah. Brandy Rhodes takes on Allie.
This one's tough. Both past couple weeks had banger promos.
Yeah.
And I really don't know which one's going to win. Yet, Allie, who, big signing, she had one hell of a career in Impact. And you got Brandy, who, has a story of always lacking confidence. So it'll be very interesting to see I don't know who's going to win. I don't know. Part of me wants Allie to win because, she is the more veteran of the two. So I guess we'll see.
I'm going to call Allie on this one just out of just a gut feeling, really. I got it's a gut feeling. Kenny Omega taking on Shima.
Kenny
should be another great showcase match, but I'm calling
Kenny's
Kenny.
Currently one. Kenny is 1-1, and so is Shima. So somebody's gonna have to go 1 and 2.
I'm calling Kenny to win.
Possibly. And then you think Ambrose is going to attack him afterwards, just to continue their feud?
It only makes... Well, actually, he would be in Japan right now.
Right. He would be in Japan, so...
Yeah, you'd have to do like one of them in video gimmicks to pull that one off. We'll see. There's only one way to find out. And the main event, I think. Cody and Dustin Rhodes taking on Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
The Brotherhood is back together.
Yep.
And I like the little promo they did on this week's Road to Fighter Fest. I mean, Fight for the Fallen. Fuck.
Yeah.
The names are too similar.
They are. Hey, T-Dub. I don't need my best friend. I need a partner. I need my older brother.
I
love what the Young Bucks are doing on Being the Elite with that.
And obviously, Dustin not taking too kindly to it.
Nope.
And I like how they also ran all the stats between both teams. Like how long the Young Bucks have been teaming together, how long it's been since the last time Cody and Dustin had a tag team match together, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this could be the match of the night. And it's good if the main event can deliver on that.
Yeah, this has to be the main event just because it's a big fucking deal.
And it'll probably be the last time we ever see Cody and Dustin ever team together.
That being said, there's one show to talk about. We'll make it quick. We'll rip off the Band-Aid and all that good stuff. The WWE Extreme Rules coming from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 14th. The show reads as follows. There are no pre-show matches. We're going to just go from bottom to top here. 10 matches announced. It's we have the Revival taking on the Revival taking on the Usos for the Raw Tag Team titles.
Let's hope the match delivers better than what I've been hearing about their.
Yeah. I'm gonna call the Revival.
Sure.
Fuck the Revival.
Thank you, Hairball. So you're calling the Usos then? Strowman versus Lashley, last man standing.
I'm going to go with the man that Chuck Taylor referred to as Brown Strawman.
Bobby Lashley?
No, Strowman.
Oh, Braun Strowman. I gotcha.
Yeah, Brown Strawman.
Braun as well.
I agree. Lashley's gonna get those hands.
Ricochet versus AJ Styles, U.S. title. Keep it on Ricochet, I say.
I want to go with Uncle Rico, but they did just recently reform the club, so something tells me AJ is gonna get the win with his sneaky buddies on ringside.
Let's see. Aleister Black taking on Cesaro.
Bet on Black.
Betting on Black. Match of the night, too. Calling you that now.
Oh, yeah, it very well could be, considering the talent involved.
Triple threat tag. The Eco War. Bryan and Rowan taking on the New Day as represented by Big E and Xavier Woods. Taking on Heavy Machinery. Triple threat rules. SmackDown tag titles.
Keep the belts on Rowan and Bryan. They're doing good. And Heavy Machinery are kind of a comedy tag team, and those generally don't win the tag belts very often.
Usually. Cruiserweight title, Wonder Bread. Drew Gulak taking on Tony Nese.
Keep the belt on Gulak. He's doing the good stuffs.
Colin Wonder Bread.
Oh, yeah. Why, where's that Extreme Rules taking place?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So it's kind of convenient they're in town for he won't have to drive very long after the Evolve.
No, he will not. No, he won't. And he'll be the Cruiserweight champion walking into Evolve, too. Bayley taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Handicap match, SmackDown Women's title.
Keep the belt on Bayley and possibly Sasha Banks returns, maybe? We'll see.
That's what I'm thinking. Keep it on Bayley. The less complicated, the better.
Especially since, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are two people from Raw.
Yeah. Kofi Kingston takes on Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship.
I'm kind of split on this one. Part of me wants to keep on Kofi, just keep that going because he's doing good on his title reign. But another part of me feels like, do I really want to see Samoa Joe lose for the millionth time in a row?
I get the feeling it's a Bork cash-in there.
You think Brock's going to have a cash-in failed?
Cash-in win. Here's what I think. Samoa Joe to win. Brock Lesnar shows up. And then we get Joe versus Lesnar at SummerSlam.
This time Joe fucking wins.
Please. No holds barred tag team match. Undertaker. Sorry, Hairball. I keep forgetting you're here.
Because Fox wants Lesnar on the show.
Yeah, that's my big guess.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. No holds barred tag team match. I'm trying to hurry up because the Shades just jumped on Discord to talk about Metricon, and I want to shoot the shit with him again. The Undertaker and Roman Reigns taking on Shane McMahon and Drew Bottom Bitch McIntyre. Sorry, Drew.
Drew the Goon McIntyre.
Drew the Goon McIntyre.
All he's been since our buddy Shintaro Curl pointed this out, the fact that since Drew's been called up to Raw, all he's been is somebody's goon. That's it.
Goon.
He was first off Ziggler's goon.
Goons. Hired goons. Hired goons. Whoa.
Hired goon.
Yep.
Yeah, first he was Dolph Ziggler's goon, then Braun Strowman's, now Shane McMahon's. Let's hope that after this is over, he can break away from Shane, and then at SummerSlam, retire The Undertaker!
If I get to see that live and in person, I'll be happy in my head place. Just the match itself.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool just to experience The Undertaker's entrance.
Please, Vinny.
And
please.
You do that, and I'll be jealous of that?
That you will be jealous of that, yeah.
Also, one thing WWE should do is just give you the best Undertaker entrance ever. So that way, after you're done, you get rolling.
Oh, God.
Rolling. Come on, get rolling.
Anyway, the main event, a last chance winners takes all mixed tag team elimination Extreme Rules match. Universal and Raw Women's Championships on the line. That's a mouthful that I fucked up. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch defend against Baron Von Baron and Lacey Who Cares Evans.
So the people who've lost the past 50 pay-per-views in a row get their last chance for a championship.
I know, right? There's some. I sense some skepticism there.
Let's hope this is the last time we have to see them in the main events of anything.
Please. Pretty please. And that's pretty much it. I call Rollins and Becky.
Same. Just have this be the last main event appearance for Baron and Lacey. It just feels so repetitive, like they're stuck in slow motion on Raw with their creative. Like, nope, we have to do this match again and again and again, just spinning our wheels until we get to SummerSlam.
You know what this? You know what this seems like to me? The whole repeated. You know what that feels? You know what it feels like to me? Something I've seen before, and I've been on this kick lately. It reminds me about a guy that misses something. Nick Folk!
Ah! Nick Folk!
Lacey Evans, I would rather get kicked in the dick by Brock Lesnar than see you two in another main event match. Put your motherfucking heads back down, you goddamn bum!
That deserves the button treatment too. Let's get that going. Yeah. Let's throw that.
Put your motherfucking head back down, dummy!
You goddamn bums!
I have been on a severe chisel Adonis kick for like 2 weeks now.
Cannot say I blame you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the wrestling. Of course, you can count the G1 Climax. You're going to be busy. I know I will. I'll try to. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up. We got one thing left to do before we wrap things up. We got winners and we got losers. Hairball, let's start with the losers.
I'm done seeing Baron Corbin.
Fair enough. T-Dub.
The losers I have this week are... I'm just going to give it to Vince McMahon for putting together those tag matches on Raw, which made no logical sense whatsoever. Just made you scratch your head and wonder what is even happening at this very moment.
You get the feeling they're just running out the clock till Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff take over, for better or worse, at this point.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to be taking over this week. As the Monday and Tuesday after Extreme Rules, that's when they're officially taking over. So please, Vince, let them take over. Just let them at least try something new. Just go home, have yourself a friggin' whatever it is you like to drink, whatever beverage you choose, have a drink, forget about wrestling for a while, actually explore the world around you. Maybe you'll actually get some creative ideas of your own for once. If you do that, get some inspiration instead of just staying in your little bubble all the time.
And to Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, good luck. You'll need it.
Bring tons of alcohol.
Oh, God. For me, two losers, WWE for exactly what you just said, and Enzo Amore because he just will not fucking learn. Hairball, winners. Hairball.
Hairball. Oh, Hairball.
Hit the push to talk button, brah. I think we may have lost him.
Possibly. I mean, he's still showing up on our Discord.
Yeah, there we go. I think it's winners, bud. Come on.
The only one I can come up with is you for making it 500 episodes. That is certainly not a easy feat to accomplish. Thank you for the entertainment, and I raise a drink to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Much thank you to you, my friend. T-Dub.
I'll give one to you as well. Keeping this up for 500 episodes is no easy feat.
Thank you once again.
I'm also going to give one. Yep. And I'm also going to give one to Evolve because although it's through what some may call nefarious means, they still got their show on the network this weekend. So, silver lining.
A win is a win. You know, it's like playoff. It's like hockey goals in playoffs. No matter how dirty they are, a goal is a goal.
Yeah, that's about the best way you can look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they're getting opposite what is technically a charity show, but you know, Evolve getting huge spotlight that might help the career of some people involved. I mean, who would have thought we'd see Eddie fucking Kingston and Joe Kasey on a WWE show?
I know. It'll be something to watch.
That brings a question to my mind. Who's worse with a live mic, Eddie Kingston or Scott Steiner?
Steiner. I mean,
Steiner don't give a fuck.
I posted a video from when he was at VCW earlier this year. I think he was there just last month, and half of his dialogue is just one long beep. I'm not even joking.
He's not. I saw the video. Steiner don't give a fuck.
Nope, you give him a live microphone, and well, you only got yourself to blame for what he says. Really, at this point, you know what you're paying for. You know what you're paying for.
Yep. And yes. Also, a lot of people are giving me winner. Thank you very much in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Mike Shell. Thank you, Devin. Also, thank you for all the art you've done over the years. I've always kept up with that stuff on Facebook. Great artist, Devin the Great. Look him up.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Evil Reverend for also doing great art for us over
and
the
making
years.
us look good in the process. He was actually working on something to commemorate our 500 episode. It's not complete yet, but it's looking very delicious.
Yeah, it's looking really
good.
I cannot wait to see all the color. I can't wait till it's all like colored and shaded in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did my avatar too.
It's very true.
Yeah, he kind of made you look like an evil trucker.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
And for me, my winners, Kevin Steen. You know exactly why. Evolve Wrestling, for whatever reason, being on the WWE Network is huge. And they got a couple of good, they got a good semi-main and main event. That's always a good thing. And Diamond Ice 56 and Z Meiksner are winners because almost 10 years ago, we started this show, and 500 episodes later, this show is still here. It started with these two. Thank you. And T-Dub. I'll throw one in there for you, too.
By the way, Matty, after 500 episodes, I think it needs to be said. You are a 100%.
You cut off there.
There, I said it.
You cut off.
What I said was, you are a... you are born and bred, made in... There, I said it. Are you happy?
Your mic keeps cutting off when you say whatever you're about to say.
What I'm saying is that you...
T-Dub, stop cutting your own mic.
I'm not. All I'm saying is that you were born and raised in your country of origin. Don't you get it?
I believe what you're trying to say is Canada.
What I'm trying to say... Am I not making that clear enough?
Nope, your mic keeps cutting off. There must be something wrong with your internet there.
I guess so. I guess some words are just never meant to be heard by a live microphone.
Apparently, it's what happens. Hairball, we can follow you on Twitter at the Hairball316, of course.
Yup.
And T-Dub, the Mystical Ninja on N64 Let's Play continues.
Yup, and we've already passed the halfway point. So, yeah, that's going to continue tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And actually, I have to edit the video. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to do some quick video editing so that way I get the video done. It's going to be out tomorrow at noon p.m.
Sweet. Of course, for all the future videos that are not Let's Play related, if you want to get those videos a little earlier, TWK's Patreon at patreon.com/TWKReviews. Of course, I got my tip jar over here, is always available at paypal.me/MannyJ316. Any donations are optional, but at this point in my life, very, very much appreciated. And all that good stuff. Of course, you want to buy some stuff? T-shirts are available at streamlabs.com/RVTentertainment/merch. Buy the shirt! And all that stuff. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at MannyJ316. You can follow TWK at TWKOfficial. I'm on Instagram as well under the same thing at MannyJ316 and all of that good stuff. But that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 500. We thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for those who have been here from the very beginning. You know who you are. Thank you. On behalf of the Hairball.
That's just the bottom line, and thank you for 500, and we'll see you in episode
1000, yeah. And of course, on behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gimmick and listen to us for 500 more.
My name is Matty J, reminding you to help professional wrestling, support your independent promotion as soon as possible. Thank you for 500. You know what the fuck, let's make it 500 more. Have a good one, have a safe one, enjoy your wrestling weekend. You're bound to run into wrestling, enjoy it. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Look, honey, look, I'm sorry I've upset you. Look, tonight when we get out of here, I'm going to show the world what a great 24/7 champion I am, and I'm going to show you what a great husband I am as well. And then, I'm going to give you the honeymoon that you deserve.
Really?
Really.
All right. Until then, and only then, we can consummate our marriage.
Really?
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 Absolutely.
Yes! I'm going to get it on with my wife! Woo! Oh no, honey, stay right here. I think I gotta go.
You